River Hamble is one of the most popular rivers on the south coast and a magnet for sailors. The route starts at a public slipway next to Swanwick Marina in Lower Swanwick and travels upstream through the Hampshire countryside all the way to Botley Mill at the river's most northerly navigable tip. The Hamble is a tidal river and the upper reaches are really only viable on a full high tide. The first section is quite a busy stretch of river, with numerous moorings and at peak times a lot of boat traffic. You pass first under a road bridge that you probably will have driven over on your way in, then a railway bridge, and finally the M27 motorway, before you break out into quieter, more natural surroundings. Quite soon, one of the many inlets beckons, and although I paddled this trail in winter, there's still plenty of interest, but just in case you need some encouragement, here's what it looks like in late summer. A little further on, you reach the shores of Manor Farm Country Park, and the full scale of the river lies before you. From the other end of this stretch, you get a better idea of the shape of the channel as it snakes up towards Curbridge. As you reach the end of this stretch, the river bends sharp left, and you see the point where Curbridge Creek joins the Hamble, and this presents you with two options. I'm paddling on up to Botley, staying on the Hamble, and pretty soon the river feels very different. The further upstream you go, the narrower the river gets, until finally, after following a small channel, you arrive at Botley Mill. There are plenty of places to pull over for a break, and the entertainment's not bad either. It might look as though this is the end of the line, but on spring tides, when the water is really high, this rather inaccessible looking tunnel is just too tempting to pass up. Rather like something out of a C.S. Lewis novel, the Hamble then delivers you to a pond under a small weir, and having come through the tunnel, it's all a bit like discovering a hidden world at the very top of the river. Back down at the junction with Curbridge Creek, if you've made good time and there's still enough water, you can paddle up the other side to Curbridge, where there's a pub with its own pontoon. Well, it'd be rude not to. But if you're concerned about the tide, there's always the Jolly Sailor on the river's edge when you get back to Lower Swanwick. This is a beautiful river, and it really does offer a huge amount of variety and interest in one single trail.